Intimate conversations and green tea. Tell me your dreams, I'm trying to get to know you. Searching for sunset, sailing the seven seas. Would you come see the mountains with me in California? I'll give you everything you ask for. I'm trying to color in your passport. Don't have to worry anymore. The type of heart I won't explore. I don't need a map for love. I don't need a compass to get back to you. I'll ride 100 train, I'll fly 100 planes. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I'm dreaming wide awake. I finally open my eyes. I wanna bring you to life. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I'm dreaming wide awake. Dreaming wide awake. I finally open my mind.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Excited to have you guys here on the Betting News Network. This is your BETSPRESSO. Stoked to have you guys here to finish off your Monday. Just another Manic Monday, boys. That's Shaggy Duts. That's Vsauce. My name's Sweatpants Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here to rock and roll to finish off your week going into the new week. And it is the last of June, boys. Where the hell is this year flying off to? I have no idea.
Wild stuff.
It is really crazy. But happy last day of June. Let's make some money to pay the rent tomorrow, eh? Sounds
Yes,
good.
sir.
How we doing, boys?
Oh, ready to be here. Happy Monday. Great week. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great week ahead, boys. I am ready. June's almost over. July is here. Summertime has officially begun, and I couldn't be more happy. Let's just get some good balls, though, on the diamond. No more rocks.
No more rocks. No more rocks, please and thank you.
Bring out the juice.
I mean, I will say, it's always like we talk about the joke of the dog days of summer. And like the NBA Finals, I really felt like kind of got us through that particular portion of it. And obviously the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. And to the point where like there was such a, like the week after, I still felt like, I was like, it's fine. I feel like this week or the end of last week into this week is kind of really like, okay, yeah, we're here. We definitely here now.
Absolutely.
But Shag's been having fun on the pitch, which is he's got some plays for you guys in the Club World Cup. We'll talk about those matchups. I already had a winner today. Let's hope we go 2 for 2.
Yes, sir.
Get to that. We got some stuff on the diamond, like V was saying. I dived a little bit of baseball myself today, so I got some baseball from me. And then we'll obviously talk about the news from the weekend. We'll cook a parlay for the vibes to send you guys off. It's a beautiful Monday. Thanks for being here, guys.
Forced your hand, hasn't it, SPJ? Finally.
Yeah, I know. I'm sad because there's only one WNBA game tomorrow. But it is the Commissioner's Cup final, so it should be fun between the Lynx and the Fever. So hopefully Caitlin Clark is able to play tomorrow. So there should be some fun. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But I had to dive into I had to have something for the show, and I wanted to bet some stuff today. Had a decent last few days, so I was like, all right, I'll dabble in some baseball. Yeah. But I was expecting to look at the slate and go, ooh, I like all these hitters, and I did not. And I decided to pivot and go another direction. So we'll get to that in a little while. Give you guys the moves. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Twitch, or if you're watching us on X, wherever you're consuming this content, we appreciate you guys for checking us out. If this is your first time being here, give us a like or a subscribe on the channel. It really helps us and supports the channel. And if you're feeling really frisky, drop a Twitch sub. That's also a way you can support the channel to continue to give you guys the free content. We actually had one of our followers say that we should start charging for this. And we were like, nah, always free, baby. Always free.
I accept tips.
Indeed.
Venmo at Shaggy_bets.
Venmo's always open for Shaggy for sure. But you guys can send us all the little buy merch, subscribe to the channel, send Shaggy some tips and some nudies, and then you guys can get after it on a Monday. But big vibes to start the day. Thanks for being here, chat. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. What's up, Chewy? What's up, chat? Boys, let's talk some news. We'll talk about the weekend a little bit. But there's been a lot of stuff that's gone down today. We have gotten to the point of the news cycle where most of the major leagues now, except for baseball, are in the off season. So they're trying to stay relevant and just post as much news as possible in the daily. And it's going to be like this pretty consistently. So let's jump in. I'll do the first one that we just had break right before we started, which was kind of been rumbled about in the NHL. But Mitch Marner has been traded to the Vegas Golden Knights from the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's a play. I think Roy is going back to the Leafs in exchange, but it's pretty much a sign and trade deal. Obviously, I think it's an 8-year contract with some money associated to that contract. I mean, he was out. It looked like he was leaving the Leafs, regardless of what we were looking at the end of the season. But I mean, I love this trade. I think it's going to be awesome for him and Eichel together. I think it's going to be really cool to see him kind of get a new lease on life after it kind of just failed with what happened in Toronto. What do you guys think?
Yeah, his time with Toronto had definitely run its course. He was getting out of there, I think, this offseason. I think it was best for both parties. They tried it out. It didn't work out. Time to go our separate ways. No hard feelings, kind of. But I think this is a great fit for Marner with the Vegas Golden Knights. We saw their offense kind of take a hit once they traded away Jonathan Marchessault after winning that championship. Now they've got a winger kind of to plug in his place. So you said it, him and Eichel potentially on the same line, going to be very entertaining. But I think this is a good fit for Vegas. I think it works out for Toronto too. It was definitely time for a mutual breakup out there.
Yeah, I don't know about Nick Roy going back the other way, but I will say that Marner's time has come to an end in Toronto, and I think that Leafs fans aren't sad to see him go either. That's pretty much it. They needed some new iterations, some new blood out there, and I don't know what's next for Toronto, but Marner feels like he's going to fit very well, especially after the departure of my favorite player, Jonathan Marchessault. It looked like the Vegas Golden Knights were missing somebody in that kind of department to put next to a guy like Jack Eichel, and this might be that guy.
Mark Stone was really good last year too. He's finally rounded it back into health after having some seasons where his season was always kind of derailed by health, and he's been really good the last couple of years. Hasn't obviously translated to championships, but he's going to fit in nicely too, kind of figuring out how they're, the whole lines are going to work for this team. But yeah, anyway, Mitch Marner on the move, headed to Vegas, headed to Sin City. It's going to be fun to see how that plays out next season in the NHL. Let's stick in the NHL. This just happened as well. Brad Marchand, as expected, is signing a 6-year contract extension with the Florida Panthers worth about $32 million to stay in Florida. So there's going to be right. Retire for sure. Rat King is staying in old Rat, Florida. Not really a whole lot to say about this, boys, besides just this is what we expected, right?
No, besides the fact that the guy's 37 years old signing a 6-year contract. I mean, good for him, but by the end of this thing, you might have to give him a walker to go out there on the skates. But good for Brad. He got his ship. He's staying in Florida. I like him as a Panther.
Yeah. I think they also signed Ekblad today too for an extension. Obviously, yesterday or 2 days ago signed an 8-year contract extension as well. So it's looking like they're pretty much just going to run it back.
Why wouldn't they
go for the three-peat? Why not?
Yeah, pretty much. Rat King staying in Florida. I know that there were some Leaf fans that are sad today. Shout out Paul Bissonnette, but he was never going to Toronto. Let's be honest. He was never.
Hell no. No way, especially after winning a chip. And Gerald makes a good point. I doubt he plays this 6-year contract.
I could see that, though. I didn't realize it was front-loaded, but that makes a lot of sense for that guy.
This is the part of sports contracts that always is so confusing to me. Like, why sign a 6-year contract when you know you're not going to play 6 years? Like, why not just, I guess, front-load it so it makes it easier on the franchise from a money perspective, I guess? Or I don't know.
I think it's got to be a cap hit thing. You can front load it, but you can spread it out over the 6 years in terms of cap hit. Like, I think you can pay the player X amount in these 2 years, but you can spread it out over the next few years in terms of your cap hit. So I think that's what it has to do. I think they're going to have to do some funny stuff to keep this group together. Because Bennett, has he re-signed his extension officially?
Yep.
Yeah.
8 years.
So, 8 years, 6 years. No surprise. It would be surprising even if a guy like Bennett played out the entire 8 years, no?
I mean, I would say he's probably 28, 27. I think he's in his prime right now.
Sam Bennett is 29. Just turned 29 10 days ago, actually.
I spent a good chunk of my life cheering for that guy as a Calgary Flame. So that's why I'm like, he's definitely not in his low 20s.
No. I think Tkachuk is also in the, I would say, like 26, 27, maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm like a year or two younger. than
Yeah.
Bennett.
Ekblad's 29. His was an 8-year deal.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
there's
Gerald. I'm not like
Kachuk's
Suggs.
27.
This cup didn't do anything for me. I wanted a McJesus cup.
Yeah, you really did. Well, also you could support your hometown team, but
Mhm.
all right, let's swing in. This is let's talk about the NFL because there was massive NFL news that we started off the day with, so give us a second here because this trade was a little bit complicated. And I had never seen a trade drop like this that had 3 moving parts that they just couldn't all drop in one section of the trade.
Right.
And I don't know why they didn't do it. But anyway, Jalen Ramsey leaving the Dolphins is being traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you thought the way they released it of like, wow, holy shit, the Steelers are their secondary is about to be just fucking stacked with Slay and Ramsey and Fitzpatrick. And I can't remember the other guy they have, but stacked. Then it came out that Fitzpatrick was a part of the deal. So he is going to go play for the Dolphins. And then it came out that Jonnu Smith was also a part of the deal and he was going to go play for Pittsburgh. So really weird the way that the news got dropped here. I don't know if, Ian Rappaport's phone just like shit the bed for 10 minutes or something. And like they couldn't include all of it in one go or something. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, final move. Ramsey's going to be a Steeler. Fitzpatrick's going to the Dolphins. Jonnu Smith going to the Steelers. Thoughts on this whole deal?
I wasn't a huge fan of this trade right off of the bat because I get it. I'm not trying to say that he's old, but this is looking like a team of superstars from 2017. You know what I mean? You got your Aaron Rodgers under center. You got Jalen Ramsey. I don't know. And then I liked it even less when I found out that Minkah Fitzpatrick was going back the other way. What? I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
I'm not, I don't have many thoughts. I kind of think it's a lateral move for both defenses per se. I think Jonnu Smith got the short end of the stick. I think he was in a much better spot offensively down in Miami with not necessarily with Tua Tagovailoa under center, but with all the other weapons around him. He got plenty of looks because he didn't have much attention to him, got plenty of those one-on-ones. Now in Pittsburgh, I mean, what you got DK Metcalf, and then you got Jonnu Smith.
Pat Freiermuth.
Pat Freiermuth, I guess. Yeah, exactly. So is he going to be behind Freiermuth then even as well? I don't like this move for Jonnu Smith.
All right. We talked about Jonnu at the end of the season. I bet him a lot, and he was a cash cow to finish off the year because of how they utilized them. Yeah, and it was great because he's not, and that people know now, but I mean, I knew him back obviously when he got drafted by the Titans, and he is a very athletic, big tight end, and like he's one of the faster, stronger ball carriers from a tight end perspective, and can catch the ball well, obviously too. I don't necessarily disagree with you, Shags, but the part of this that I like it for Smith is the fact that he's going back to play with Arthur Smith, who was the offensive coordinator for the Titans in his rookie season when he had his best statistical year before he got traded. Arthur Smith is in this specific offense, I think they're going to be very tight end heavy. They're going to do a lot of play action, which is going to work well with Aaron Rodgers' skill set. And Aaron Rodgers loves throwing to tight ends. And I feel like that Freiermuth is going to get a lot of attention because he was so good last year and because he is there, like you said, probably going to be their second or third most targeted player. So Smith's going to get forgotten a lot. And I think if you throw him some dump downs where he's got 10 or 15 yards of nobody in front of him, look out. So I like it. I see what you're saying. It would have been dope if he stayed in Miami because he was great last year, and I think he would have been good this year again too. But I don't hate the move. I think he could be the most beneficial piece of this entire trade because Fitzpatrick on the Dolphins defense, who knows how that's going to play out. Fitzpatrick is great, but he's been on an elite defense in Pittsburgh for years, and the Dolphins defense is not elite. And I mean, Jalen Ramsey, as you said, I don't know. Is he washed? He's been incredible at certain portions of his career, but he's had some injury issues the last couple seasons. Also, did you guys see the Raheem Mostert retweet of this whole thing?
I saw you tweeted something about it, but no, what did he say exactly?
He basically said, like, congrats to my homie. Like, he threw a bunch of shade at the Dolphins the way it got dealt with pretty much. And like, I mean, that's kind of a shitty thing for a guy who's on a team to say that after a guy gets it was also, I think it was about Jonnu going away or something. And he was like, congrats to the dude. Like, didn't didn't get the it was very shade worthy towards the Dolphins, which is always weird in my opinion when that happens. A current player says that after a trade,
Hot take: be a Pro Bowler on the Dolphins, get treated like shit. Happy for my guys though. Go ball out.
There you go. I mean, that's pointed, dude. That is pointed word.
Yeah. He did not mince words. That's for sure.
Nope, not at all. So yeah, crazy trade. I'm assuming we're gonna also. This is a complete side note, but it is about the Steelers. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this. We can gab about this for a second before we keep it going. Did you guys see the stuff about TJ Watt possibly being on the move? Apparently, TJ Watt is not happy with his contract negotiations. Kind of a similar, little bit different, but similar situation to what we're seeing with Trey Hendrickson in Cincinnati. Not happy, hasn't reported to any of the offseason programming that they've been doing. And it's seeming like that there's rumblings that there could be some trade market value for Watt at this particular point because of his value, obviously, but also the Steelers for some reason not wanting to sign his big extension. So I don't know. Maybe we see either him or Hendrickson or both of those guys could be on the market maybe by the time the season starts, which is wild.
Every year I feel like somebody different. Last year we had who was it for a long time in Cincinnati, the wide receiver 2.
T. Higgins.
Yeah.
T. Higgins hold out for such a long time. You know what I mean? It seems like every single season, like, can we figure it the fuck out, NFL? Can we just have something put in place? Why is this the only league that we see holdouts every fucking year? Like, it's just commonplace. I don't know.
I think it's because these guys are getting less and less guaranteed money up front because of what we've kind of talked about with some of the collusion stuff that's going on. And I think over the last 3 or 4 seasons, the negotiations have gotten so swung towards the organization being the priority versus the player being the priority. And now we're seeing the players being like, I mean, if you're not going to give me this guaranteed cash, I could blow up my knee tomorrow. And then my career is cooked. I'm not going to go and risk it for that. I think that could be a part of it because I think we're probably going to see this more and more moving forward with a lot, especially maybe not quarterbacks necessarily, but with hardcore fast position players because of what their athleticism that requires, and they're obviously being more injury prone. But
for as much as the NFL makes, they sure are fucking stingy. You know what I mean? It's pretty fucking insane. We talk about the NBA all the time. Like, nobody watches it. Nobody cares about the NBA. Look at the viewership of the NFL. Like, we know y'all are making billions of dollars hand over fist. Hand over fist. It's insane to me that your guys can't get taken care of. It's fucking insane to me.
You know what's? It's so par for the course, though, because I'm sure you guys all know super rich people in your life, like personally. They're the most stingy motherfuckers ever. They're the ones that don't throw their cash around. They're the ones that are always trying to save a penny here and there. It's always the people that are super rich that are looking to cut corners everywhere possible. So, I mean, one of the biggest leagues in the world is not separated from that.
Every single deal in the NFL feels like it sets a precedent. You know what I mean? Whereas in the NBA, somebody sets a new record high for a contract. Seems like every single season. Jaylen Brown did it. Jason Tatum did it. Shay's about to do it this year. Luka would have done it had he not gotten traded. It happens every single season, and it's going to continue to happen because they deserve it.
Staying in the NFL, and this we want to spend too much time on this, but I retweeted this and I wanted Joel's thoughts on this, especially V's, since he's a big Shador guy. This is a legit story, and I thought it was fake, and I went and looked. I was like, wow, this is actually happening. Deshaun Watson has apparently taken Shador Sanders under his wing as a mentor to the Browns QB room. Like, could we think of any worse guy that you'd want to mentor you in your first season as an NFL player?
You got Joe Flacco in that QB room, and you're picking Deshaun Watson as your mentor. Come on, man.
It's the New York Post, though. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not putting fucking stake into this shit. This feels so weird and strange, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
It's weird. If it's true, man. Wow. Like, come on.
Now my boy Shador. Don't worry. Look at him. He's next to Joe Flacco. Show me the picture with Deshaun. Show it to me.
Where's the source?
It doesn't exist.
All right, that's some good news to close us out. And this is the WNBA. We'll talk more about some of the moves we saw today with Melissa Smith, et cetera, in the dub, and we'll talk about the Commissioner's Cup. obviously. Yeah, absolutely. B dot, that's probably true. No lie. But this is awesome from the WNBA. This happened this morning. I'm sure you guys saw this on the timeline, but the WNBA has confirmed that they will be expanding. So they will be adding 3 more franchises. Obviously, well, 4 with the Toronto team coming next year. But then in 2028, Cleveland will get a team who has had a team previously. Detroit will get a team in 2029, and Philadelphia, which I thought saw somebody great, a super awesome tweet saying the Philadelphia 76 hers, as the name would be funny, for Philadelphia in 2030. I'm bummed that Nashville wasn't on the list. Apparently, there was a bunch of teams that signed up to want to get involved with this, but the league's growing a lot. The market evaluations of all of these teams, we've talked about it with, the Valkyries are the first $500 million franchise across any women's sport of all sports. So we're seeing this league grow and grow. It's super dope to see it expand like this. I know you guys aren't super deep into the dub, but awesome to see, right? Especially Shags. I mean, you obviously worked in women's sports before you joined us here at Betting News. So this is probably awesome for you to see as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Super cool to see the same things happening in the NWSL. I know they don't have any concrete plans, but they've got talks of expansion. So no, just super cool to see all around. And what does that bring the dub up to? How many teams now?
There will be 18.
18 once those 3 are established. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, dude. The people of Philadelphia deserve to watch some winning basketball too.
Hey, don't get ahead of ourselves. All right, come on now. They're just getting a team. We don't know who's going to be on it.
Brandy, I hope you're here.
Wow. That was a good one. I'll give you that. That was a good
Take
one.
that, scumbags.
Yeah, for real. It's so cool, though, man. I saw a video of the Valkyries head coach getting interviewed after, because they're now 9-7, and they, have surprised the league. Obviously, their viewership is the highest of everybody. Their attendance is the highest of anybody in the WNBA first season. And the coach was saying, like, we've got some dogs here that just want to play basketball. They're super coachable, and it's just so awesome to see that from a new franchise and trying to grow a league. It's super, super dope. So fun for the double.
To see a league growing right
Yeah.
now. When we were young, you saw the expansion teams somewhat in the NBA and the NHL but we were all very young. Now we're watching this league kind of grow right in front of our eyes. 3 more teams on the horizon. Toronto's team coming next season. It's an exciting time to be in on the WNBA, and I'm so glad that our boys have gotten us into it for the last couple of years. Shout out NZ.
Yeah, man. NZ's been awesome. Like I said, we'll talk about it more tomorrow on the dub at 5:30 Eastern. We might have a special guest joining us tomorrow, but regardless, we'll be talking about the Commissioner's Cup and hanging out. We missed them.
I'm still here, Estad. Don't you worry. We're still hanging around.
He's here. He's got a POD for you on the pitch, which we'll drop in just a second. But just a reminder to you guys before we let Shags take it away and give you guys the Club World Cup play. Today is the last day to get involved in the Summer Sip and giveaway. Tequila. Use that QR code in the top corner of the screen. All you have to do is deposit into your BetOnline account. If you don't have an account, you can use the QR code in the top to get an account. If you have an account, deposit before tomorrow. Send us a DM of a screenshot of the deposit. It can be $10, $5, $20, doesn't matter, whatever it is. And you get a chance to win one of these 2 packages we're going to give away, which is a bottle of Casa Dragones tequila, $100 dropped into your account, and something from our store. One of the biggest giveaways we've done. Shout out BetOnline for getting involved with that. And again, all you got to do is deposit. So go and join. And I'm not going to lie to you, Chad. If you don't do it by tomorrow, the rules are not made by me. So I can't fudge the rules. So I cannot help you out. So
we already extended it too. It was 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's already been extended. So you got until midnight tonight. And again, if you have an account already and you deposit, you have to send a screenshot. Otherwise, you will not be entered. So get involved over there.
And don't you want this merch? Look at me. Look at Shags. Look at me. Look at Shags.
I got my live shirt on.
Look at us. Look at us, BJ. See?
We're all ready. Yeah, up your units too. You want to
roll today. We're taking tuition for the fall semester coming up.
Every time you say this and talk about this always reminds. Have you seen the movie Accepted?
Yes.
We need to do some sort of see, this is where I wish when we get to the point where we're all living together or in the same place and we come to an office, we're going to make some kick-ass trailer content of Up Your Units University where people actually
Right.
have to send in submissions and shit.
Yeah.
Just Venmo your tuition to C_Marcio2 at Venmo.com.
South Armin Institute of Technology.
Dude,
I'll put on my fake hat. I have one right
There
here.
we
But
go.
my hair's in a
See,
bow. I
chat.
don't want to
go.
mess it up.
locked and loaded. I can
Bing
put on
bong.
my betting news hoodie right now, but
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Anyway, go get involved. Last day for Casa Dragones. If you want some tequila, and again, all you got to do is deposit. You will be entered to win. And we don't have a bunch of people that have entered, so you have a pretty good chance of winning because we're going to give away 2. And all you got to do is deposit. So get involved. All right, let's get to the plays. PODs coming your way, chat. Mr. Betts will go first on the pitch. We'll jump into the diamond. We'll cook a little parlay at the end of the show, and then we will send you off to enjoy the rest of your Monday. Shaggles, take it away. What are we doing in this Club World Cup game tonight?
Yes, sir. Club World Cup, 2 teams looking to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals. Manchester City taking on Al Hilal in the round of 16. Manchester City has been dominating everybody so far this competition. Only group winner to win all 3 of their group stage matches, earning all 9 points. Coming off 2 shutouts, and then they beat Juventus 5-2 as well to stay on top of the group. Al Hilal, they finished second. They drew with Real Madrid and RB Salzburg, but then beat Pachuca when it mattered in order to advance. Now, congratulations, you get to play Manchester City, who they're in great form. Manchester City might be back, folks. I hate to make that declaration, but they might be back. They are minus 148 to win this game by 2. They are minus 400 on the money line, and they are there for a reason. All right, that all makes sense to me. We got a high total, at 3.5 at minus 104. And so we're going to back Man City, but we're going to get the best bang for our buck. We're back in Man City and both teams to score at plus 145. I think this has moved up a little bit. You might be able to get a little bit better number than I did. But Manchester City is winning this game in 90 minutes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it in my mind. Both teams to score is priced at minus 122. I do think Al Hilal has the offensive firepower to find the back of the net. They have nothing to lose. If they come out aggressive and they somehow beat Manchester City, they are looked at as gods in the soccer world. If they come out aggressive and they get creamed by Man City, guess what? Nobody's going to bat an eye. It was Man City. So I think they come out aggressive, good for at least 1 goal in the back of the net, but Manchester City probably still going to get the job done in 90 minutes. So Man City on the money line, but both teams to score at plus 145. That's what we got in the Club World Cup match tonight, 8 o'clock Central.
Bang. That's how you do it.
Yes,
okay, nice. So Man City just to win, and then both teams to hopefully hit the back of the net.
Yep, that's all we need.
Love to see it. Yeah,
that's all we need.
Some nice plus money on that too. Are they your favorite? Do you have any future bets on them to win this competition?
No, I don't have any future bets. I looked at Real Madrid at 5-1 before this round started, but I did hold off. I'm sweating out Palmeiras to make the semifinals at plus 280. They face Chelsea on Friday. So I need a big win there.
Nice.
Shaggy, before we move off the pitch, what are you thinking about? Have you heard any of this Messi rumors floating around that he might be looking to leave Inter?
Interesting.
Or is that just
I have
really
not heard any of those rumors.
A friend of mine messaged me this morning. Huge Messi fan, Barcelona fan, all this kind of stuff. Like I guess in the Messi-verse somewhere, people have been talking about maybe he's looking to leave Inter. I'm not sure how true that is, but we just saw the deal that Ronaldo signed, right?
Right. Yep. Staying in Saudi.
Biggest sports contract like fucking ever.
That contract is just
you can't even put it into a number. It's insane.
It's okay. This is actually a fantastic segue, V, because this Al Hilal team apparently is the likeliest landing spot if he does accept a move. Saudi Pro League offered a blockbuster contract to Messi. Apparently, it would rival the earnings of Ronaldo, the contract he just signed, so roughly in the same ballpark. I don't know, though. I kind of think Messi's established in the U.S. now. I think he's going to stick around here.
Is it the same team as Ronaldo?
No. That's different team.
No.
Oh,
Nah, Ronaldo's Al Nassr.
oh yeah,
Do you-
yeah.
do-
I'll
I'm
say
just I'm just gonna read this contract to you guys though for
Yeah,
Ronaldo.
please.
Just a couple aspects
how
of it.
stupid this is.
So 178 million pounds a year, which translates to 3.4 million pounds a week. 15% ownership of Al Nassr, 24.5 million pounds signing bonus, increasing to 38 million if he activates the second year of his contract. 80,000 pounds bonus per goal, 40,000 pound bonus per assist. I'm just gonna keep going. 8 million pound bonus if Al Nassr wins the Saudi Pro League. 4 million pound bonus if he wins the Saudi Pro League Golden Boot. 6.5 million pound bonus if Al Nassr qualifies for the Asian Championship League and wins it.
Wow.
16 people working full time for him, including 3 drivers, 4 housekeepers, 2 chefs, 3 gardeners, and 4 security people. 4 million pounds worth of private jet expenses covered by Al Nassr. 60 million pounds worth of sponsorship deals promised by Al Nassr with new Saudi companies and companies in the Asian market.
That's insane, dude. That is
Then all the staff, everything. Holy shit, man.
I mean, you could have stopped after 178 million a year, or 3.4 million a week, and that would have been fine and dandy. But then you add all that other stuff. Wow. So I mean, if Messi gets a contract similar to that, it'd be hard to. I mean, it's I'm sure going and playing there for 2 years, making all that money, and literally just not having to lift a finger except to play soccer would be incredible. But I do agree. I feel like Messi is starting to try to build something in Inter, and maybe he's probably going to have something to do with it after he retires with Beckham and company. Like, I would be surprised if he left. But again, that's like not even life-changing money. That's like money that would change his like grandkids' life, and then great-grand. I'm sure he already has enough money for the great-grandkids to be fine. But
it puts you into a different stratosphere, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's guys that are making a lot of money, and then there's guys that have basically made a lot of money. And then on top of that, now you're throwing one of the biggest contracts in sports history. Like Cristiano Ronaldo's career earnings. We looked at the same contract that he signed with this same team a few years ago, like holy fucking balls. And they went and topped it as he got older. I don't know. Crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the quality of soccer is not spectacular over there. But when you're making that much money, who cares? So,
What's insane to me, though, is with these teams is like with NBA players, yes, you get the big max contracts for guys because the league is making more money than it's ever made. Is this league, like this Saudi league, really making that much money? Because I understand that these guys are oil sheiks and everything like that. But at some point, paying somebody like $200 million a year, are they a net positive for your business venture? Or is this just something that I like Ronaldo, I want to watch Ronaldo?
I think it's that.
Probably. More than likely. I can't imagine it's very profitable.
I think it's more
need it to be.
It's more of like to trickle it down to a super lower scale. It's like when a company hires an influencer to promote their product. Like it's like that on the grandest scale possible. But it's basically like we have one of the superstars. Also, Ronaldo has the most followers on Instagram in comparison to any athlete in the world by quite a bit. So you bring in those eyeballs as well to the league. So I mean, sure, it's probably about growth. I don't think they're worried about necessarily making the money in association to it, because I don't think money is their concern. And it's just kind of a, the ultimate influencer of all time / the guy who's actually good at soccer coming in. So, but
crazy.
Wild.
Crazy. That's what fuck you money looks like. You know
Yeah,
sure.
Must be nice.
Let's swing and talk about guys who are just making a measly million here and there, back on the in the American soil on the diamond. Yeah, right. B, I'll let you go first. I don't know who you have that you're going to talk about. Oh, actually, I see them now in the.
I'll tell you right now, you won't be surprised.
Let's go back and forth because I got some, you got some. So you go one, I'll go one. You go one, I'll go one.
All right, we'll
Rapid
start with
fire.
Old
fire.
Faithful, Mr. Cal Raleigh.
Yup.
Big. Fuck, I always forget it. What is it?
Dumper.
Dumper. I never use this word, but it's fantastic. Best nickname in sports right now. Over 1.5 total bases, plus 100. You can get the home run for plus 240. He's returning home, and this is a spot where he has played fantastic at home. His batting average does drop off a little bit, but this Mariners Park, T-Mobile Park, is not good for hitters. It is one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in the MLB, and this guy still has fucking 14 home runs in this park. Almost 50% of his home runs have come here. He's got 18 on the road, and that's just because he's played in more road games. He's been fantastic here in the spot up against Michael Wacha. I think this is a spot where he hasn't recorded a hit, but this year's Cal Raleigh is different. He's acting different. He's playing different. 32 home runs. He's competing for most home runs in the MLB. And I think that this is a guy who's just going to play better in front of his home crowd. This is a Mariners team everybody's really kind of gotten behind. And honestly, Watch has been good this season, and he's been good in this matchup. This just feels like a spot where Cal has just been that fucking good. You're getting his base at plus 100 and the home run of plus 240. So give me that all day.
Nothing wrong with taking him for plus money. I actually looked at this game a lot. I really like Walker's strikeouts at 4.5. He's, as you said, he's been good. He had a great outing against this Mariners team previously, and this Mariners team is top 5 in strikeouts. They like to swing and miss quite a bit. So I like Walker's K's, but the 4.5 was so juiced, so I couldn't bet it straight. So I just laddered it to 6 in a parlay. But you like that, Shags, as a Royals fan? Walker has been pretty good this year.
Yeah, Walker's been solid. You kind of said it about the Mariners. I'm looking at their career versus Walker right now. Randy Arozarena, 7 career Ks and just 16 at bats. So the dude strikes out half the time against them. As a Royals guy, I sure hope Walker gets his strikeouts because we need anything to go our way. But it is what it is.
Yeah, Bobby Witt to wake up. Please, my God.
Dude, Bobby Witt.
Go back to cheating if you need to. I don't know what y'all were doing last year. But
we all gotta wake up. It's not going well for the Royals.
Yeah. I did look at this too. O'Neal Cruz, not a bad shout there if you want to go that route from
2 moonshots after getting benched. You gotta love it, man. Those are the things that you love about sports, right? Those are the things.
That's how you respond right there. Okay, like I said, I have a hitter. Actually, I'll just do the hitter real quick, just because I actually liked this before I found out that Colby liked him a lot too. But Colby wrote about him as well today. He is also on this guy, so I won't give you an expansive sell job on this. Rather, go peep the scribbles for Mr. Marcio because he has the same reasoning as to why I like this guy today. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over 1.5 total bases. I got plus 130 for the value here. The home run is a nice playable number as well. Again, I'm going to make you guys go read Colby's analysis because his analysis is a little bit more in-depth than what I put together. But I like the matchup. I think Vlad is in a good spot today. This is kind of one of the only games where I feel like we're going to get a lot of hitter action. Everything I was looking at, there's a lot of studs on the bumps today. I really like the strikeout props. I'm going to talk about a couple in a second. But really support this play. I like it a lot, and Colby's on it too. If you guys plus money for Vlad in this matchup, A+. So if you want to sprinkle on the home run as well, get involved. The HRR is also playable as well if you want to go that route. Obviously, you can knock some guys in or get on base and score if you need to. But rolling with Colby, rolling with Vlad on for the Blue Jays today.
Vladdy, he loves to play the Yankees, man. He loves to play the Yanks. He loves a good lefty, and Rodon's been good, but he's been kind of coming unraveled a little bit over his last couple of starts, and he has not been good outside of Yankee Stadium. So
12 at bats against Rodon, which is not a huge sample size, but if I'm looking at pitchers, if you have 10 or more at bats against a pitcher, I feel like that's a decent enough sample size to go off of. Like 4 at bats is like, yeah, all right, whatever. But like 10 plus is like, yeah, okay. 12 at bats, batting 667 with a home run and 4 RBI against Rodon. So I like that. And as I said, if you guys want to tail, because Mr. Marcio has some more analysis at bettingnews.com, you can. Speaking of hitters, you can take it away on your other hitter, and I'll close this out with a couple pitchers.
All right. Sorry, chat. I'm making you do it again. I'm sorry. You went 1 for 11 in that matchup with the White Sox. It was fucking horrid. I'm so sorry. He's batting under 240 with the Giants so far this season. But fucking, we're going back to Rafael Devers. You know why? Because now he's due. Right now he's due
Sure.
after the weekend that he just had, the weekend from hell. 1 for 11 against the White Sox. This Giants team did not look fantastic. And now they're going into Arizona, a team that is starting to heat up, I think, at the right moment. You got a team like the Mets that started out hot, kind of 3-13 in their last 16 games, I believe. Now this Diamondbacks team, maybe they haven't put up the same amount of wins, but their bats have kind of found their way. Suarez has a lot of home runs. Catalá has been fantastic. Corbin Carroll's not even in the lineup, and these guys are still kind of putting up runs. Now they're at home, but this is a spot where I think Devers can come in and thrive. Roof is closed. We're not worried about weather here. The Diamondbacks Stadium isn't the worst, but it's not the best. I just think that this is a good spot here. Our friend Chef also loves this according to his model. So I've been tapped in with Chef. I will plug that real quick. His model has been fantastic. He posts them on the timeline too. So go read his write-ups. And yeah, we're rolling with Rafi today. Get us there, man. Please don't embarrass me in front of the gang. Not again, Rafi. Not again.
Did you sprinkle the home run too? I would assume so.
Absolutely. Plus 330. We're getting a good price on it today.
I think Colby also likes Devers today from what I saw his card.
Green's numbers are a little bit, I think, misleading because he hasn't played too many games so far this year, but he's a pitcher that loves to throw a fastball, and honestly, it gets him into a lot of trouble. Not so much this season. He hasn't really been punished, but this is exactly what Devers does. He's got a 94.8 exit velocity. He hits for power, and that's exactly what he does, and he's been doing. This is a spot where maybe it's a little bit tougher, but at least we won't have wins like we do in San Francisco, giving us things like fucking unicorns. What the fuck was that?
Rocks.
Oh my god.
It's not Green. It's Chase Burns getting his second start.
Chase Burns getting his second start.
Yeah, similar kind of.
Wait, no. The Giants played the Diamondbacks.
Dude, just because I still think Devers is on the Red Sox.
Yes, that's why.
I was trying to figure out what was going on there too.
I was like, why is he saying Green? Like, it's totally Burns, but I forgot.
No, Reen.
Not a Red Sox anymore.
I think it's Reen, how you pronounce it. But yeah, we got Nelson on the bump. But it's a good spot here despite the numbers.
Absolutely. Okay. I'll close it out talking with some pitchers. And I just to say this one, the Crochet, which is one that I was going to talk about. I'm not going to tell you guys on Crotchet. I like his 8.5 for plus money. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys much more. He's been fantastic. This Reds team strikes out a lot. And I think that he can definitely knock down 9 of them. He knocked down 10 of them when he saw him last time. As I also like Burns. I think that Burns has an opportunity. The Red Sox are top 5 in strikeouts. Also, they strike out a lot too. His 6.5 is pretty juiced. It's the second start. He had a great opening first start. He had 8 strikeouts and like 6 in the first 2 innings. So maybe he comes back down to earth a little bit, but I think both of these pitchers are going to shove today. I think this is going to be a fun matchup between these two guys, and Crochet has been as advertised all season. So again, nothing wrong.
And Burns is supposed to be their ace, right? That's their guy, the up and coming, and in terms of prospects. That's what he's supposed to be for this team. So the 8 strikeouts, he gave up a few runs in that last start, but the 8 strikeouts were no surprise. He's got great control. He's a great fastball pitcher, and this Red Sox team doesn't really have a lot of big hitters in the lineup anymore.
And they like to swing, and both of these teams like to swing and miss a lot from what I was looking at. Top 10 for both of them in strikeouts. So, both of those guys, a little chalky, but I like both of those for the plus money. I'm going to take you guys to the first game, though, which is the Phillies taking on the Padres. Now, the first play I have for you is not backed by Colby. I was asking Colby about this play, and he literally told me, do not bet this. And I said, I want to bet it.
I'm going to bet it.
I'm going to bet it anyway. Zach Wheeler over 6.5 strikeouts, plus 115. Now, again, the Padres are like the second worst or the best. I don't know how you want to say it, but they don't strike out a lot. They really don't. They're very disciplined at the plate. But Wheeler's just been so good. And he has great control. He's great at home, too. He's hit this line in 4 straight games. He's also hit this line. Let me just pull up his home numbers real fast. He's also hit this line in 3 straight home starts. He's also hit this line in 8 of his last 10 starts at home, dating back to last year. I know the Padres don't strike out a lot. I know they don't, but give me the plus money. He had 8 against this team previously when he saw him before, so I'm not going to overthink it. A little chalky there. But the one I like a little bit more is the pitcher on the other side of things. Matt Waldron, over 3.5 strikeouts, minus 125. You got to shop around a little bit more for this one. But the Phillies on the other side do like to strike out a little bit more. They're not like top 10, but they're in the middle of the pack. And he's had great success against this team previously. He had 6 strikeouts against them before. He's also hit this line in 4 of his last 5 away starts, and he's also hit this line in 5 of his last 6 starts this season. So I think Waldron has an opportunity to knock down some Phillies. You only need 4. And like I said, he had 6 the last time he pitched against this team. So I like the 4+ chop around because there's a lot of variation on the 4+ strikeouts for him. I would not want to pay more than minus 125 juice on this prop because, I mean, the Phillies could come out and just railroad him in the first couple innings, and he doesn't even get past the 3rd. But I think he has an opportunity to have a good outing today. Like I said, there's a lot of studs. Logan Webb was somebody else I was looking at. Logan Webb was somebody that I was looking at, and like I said, Walker was somebody. There's a lot of good pitchers on the bump today, and I think we might see some good performances from those guys. And master classes all over the place. Loading chat. There's going to be 7 million runs now that I've said that, but just from the numbers and the stats, because I wanted to bet a bunch of hitters today. I was like, last Monday everybody went crazy. It's still hot everywhere, and I was like, no, I think the pitchers are going to get the better of these guys today. So we'll see. We'll see. That game starts in 20 minutes. So we can't include either one of those in our parlay because that's literally the first game on the slate. But yeah, here we go. Shags, any baseball from you today? I don't think so, right?
Nope. None from me.
Cool.
Didn't really like it.
Yeah, one of those days. Cool. All right, boys, let's cook it up. Let's get after it. Let's put together the parlay of the day, and then we shall send you guys off to enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. We're starting out with Manchester City, both teams to score.
Boom.
There it is. I'm getting plus 102, so you got kick-ass CLV on that.
Wow, that's it?
You got to build it out, right? There is no way to – is there an actual –
It depends on the book, but yeah, you probably have to build it out. BetOnline has it just as an option. That's where I got the plus 145, which it's still sitting at plus 145 there on BetOnline if you'd like to take it straight. But yeah, on most everywhere else, you kind of have to build it as its own SGP.
Okay. All right, we'll start there with the combo. Both teams to score and Man City to just get the job done and win.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Holy
Sauce.
moly.
Wow.
JJJ got paid.
He ain't leaving. I wonder if that means the Jaw's out the door, B. That's a lot of cheese, dude. Do you think they got enough money to pay Jaw as well?
Do you just pay JJ and not it leave what is the plan then? You build it on JJ? That sounds I don't know.
I've seen that they may get Ty Jerome. So he could come in and kind of play that factor role and they can just roll with that. I mean, how are you going to make that work? Paying Jaw, you got to pay Jaw the same, right? Superstar value.
You would think so.
Can they make that work?
But they got both players bird rights, so neither of them count towards the cap, and just like how JT and JB have in terms of over there. So that does make it a lot more workable than other teams.
Damn, that's a lot.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Fuck. First deal of many, I guess.
Let's say, well, free agency I think it just started 10 minutes ago. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of dominoes that are about to fall in the next 24 hours in the NBA world. And that's the first one. All right. I like Devers. You sold me on Devers.
Cool.
Okay. I can get into Devers, I think.
Yep.
The Giants, not the Red Sox, like some dumbass. Okay, so Devers for 2 bags.
Jaren Jackson Jr. 240.
How about that?
Huge.
Okay. Do you guys want to go with Crotchet? Strikeout?
Yeah. Give me Crotchet.
Are you? I just need to know. Is it actually Crotchet? Or you guys just say that?
No,
it's
Crochet.
Yeah,
it's Crochet.
I just don't want to be in a room full of people and say Crotchet.
Garrett Crotchet.
The other option is we could go Burns for 6. It's a little juiced. I like both those dudes. I think that Burns can get 6 Ks, but I think Crotchet can knock down 10.
I really do like Burns, and the lower number is something that, you know what I mean?
Could do both.
Yeah, let's do both. I like both.
Or we can take I like Waka quite a bit too. I really think he gets
Okay.
5Ks against the Mariners.
Okay.
And
Let's
it's
take Waka
I didn't want
and
to
Chase.
Waka and Chase. Stay
Walk
away
in
from
Chase.
Crotch.
You know what's gonna happen, chat?
Mm-hmm.
Go
Crotch-
get Crotchy right now.
Crotchy just struck out 14 batters.
This is like Ellie all over again.
I took it straight and I laddered it, so it's fine. I feel good about it. But I don't feel good about putting out a bunch of baseball plays on the timeline though, just because again I'm not super in depth in it, and we have a lot of people that follow us and tailor plays, and like I don't want to put stuff out there that's like,
Yes,
I don't know it well enough to like really get behind it.
If people understood how I sprayed the board, they would think I have a problem. I can't release that stuff to the public.
No, you just send it to us.
Exactly.
How lucky we are. No, we really are. Don't stop sending it to me. All right, boys. So this it's technically a 5-legger, but it's Man City play is one play.
Mm-hmm.
So Man City to win, and then obviously both teams to score. Devers for 2 bases, Burns for 6 strikeouts, and Walker for 5 strikeouts is plus 833. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
It's just a job. Take it.
I'll do.
Better do the job. Otherwise,
Yeah, for real.
we're coming for
Dude,
you.
I'm still in shambles. And chat, if anybody tailed our Saucy 5 yesterday of a play in every WNBA game, Shags, we had a plus 2,500 parlay. Because
Okay.
Chad at the end of this, because there were 5 WNBA games yesterday.
Okay.
And we were just going to do a normal 3 or 4-legger, but they were like, we want to play in every
Playing
game.
every game. Mm-hmm.
Dream money line, got the job done. V was sharp with that. Next play was
Angel Reese,
PRA,
Free.
air, free as air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alyssa Thomas, RA was the next leg. We needed her to get 16. She had 12 at the halftime.
Oh no.
Hooked us on 15.
Oh,
Other two legs smacked with ease.
Oh man.
Literally with ease. The other one was somebody to get 10 points. She finished with 16. And then at the end of the night, Skylar Diggins, even though it was a blowout, she got on the other side of the hook over 17.5 with 18.
Jeez.
Oh!
Wow.
I knew for a fact when Alyssa Thomas sold us
it
that
was,
I was like,
the other two.
oh, these other 2 legs are smacking so heavy.
12 at the half.
questions asked.
Yeah.
Holy.
So we're due for a non-hook, and we're gonna smack this one. Plus
Absolutely.
833 chat. If you guys would like to tail, feel free to do so. Go do it at BetOnline. Like I said, last day to get involved with the giveaway. If you want to get involved to enter, go check out the QR code or deposit in your account and get involved over there at BetOnline. Good stuff today, boys. We're in the nitty-gritty of the dog days, but we still got lots of goats in chat rolling through asking the questions. And it is fun because at this point, maybe there's not as many things to bet on, but there's so much happening in the sports world, even in the other leagues. So it's kind of nice to get to digest and talk some ball a little bit and kind of break down everything. We can kind of close out the show doing this since we got the lay put together and we got a few minutes. We didn't start this way, but did anything stand out from you guys from the weekend? We kind of talked about all the news today, but did anything happen for you guys on the weekend worth talking about that you want to mention?
Not necessarily the weekend, but just today, actually, Inter Milan went down in the Club World Cup, losing to Fluminense, the Brazilian side. Shout out to the Brazilian representatives in this Club World Cup because they have came to play despite being in the middle of their season. They've shown they can hang with the best of Europe, and they got Palmeiras and Fluminense now in the quarterfinals. So shout out to them. Very cool to see. Inter Milan.
Bye.
What the hell?
Yeah. Cool. I mean, great play by you too, by not relying on either team in that game. Like you said in the tweet, you were like, I didn't expect it to go this way, but that's how it happened.
Expected a 1-0 or 2-0 Inter win, but either way, the under still hit.
There you go. Well, we talking about this competition previously, though. Like these teams in this league, like the MLS, the Brazilian leagues, like this is their chance to play against these guys in this kind of competition, and so it's nice to see them taking advantage of it. You know,
absolutely. And it is cool to see. It's like, it wasn't. They didn't beat Inter because Inter sent their JV squad over here. You know, like
it was their team.
Exactly, 100%. So yeah, cool to see them competing.
That's dope. Sauceman, anything from you from the weekend?
No, honestly, it was the news that came out about J-Dub. Did you hear about the torn ligament in his hand that he played through the entire postseason? He kind of tore it at the end of April there. Played through all it. We didn't hear a thing about it the entire time. And this is the guy who had 40 in the finals. I think he's 23 years old, 24 maybe. Super young guy, absolute dog, and I thought that was super fucking dope.
That was awesome. That was
Mhm.
super awesome that came out, and I like that it didn't come out until now as well. It's like no excuses. You know, you just push through it. Like you said, dropping a 40 piece with a torn ligament in your hand in the playoffs is just incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, that's insane. We already kind of talked. The LeBron James thing is starting. We talked about it some yesterday, and I know that Sook doesn't believe anything of this, V, but the more and more I'm reading about this, the more and more I don't know how this is going to go. We'll have more time to talk about it as the week progresses, but I don't know, man. I really feel like that LeBron might not be a Laker to start the season. I know that like it's definitely out. I don't necessarily feel like that's my lean, but my lean compared to yesterday was more of just like maybe this happens. Where I was looking at it today, and I know it's been talked about a lot more, and I feel like it could legit be a thing. But we'll find out.
Rich Paul putting out the news that LeBron wants to win now, and he doesn't think the roster's that great. Right after LeBron opts into the $53 million, that's an insane move. That's an insane move. And then on top of that, too, apparently they informed Luka and his representation of, the comments that were going to be made and how they were like basically of their plan. And I don't know. It feels strange. Luka's due for an extension right now. There's talks of him maybe signing. I just don't know where the direction is of this Lakers team if LeBron is gone, or what team and what kind of haul you get back for him.
Well, and the reason why Sook didn't even want to entertain it is because the math of it would be really complicated to figure out. And there are not a lot of teams that are going to want to offer the $50 million comparison to get LeBron to come and play on their team for a 40-year-old LeBron James with the package you'd have to get back. Like most teams are not in a spot where they go, LeBron moves the needle enough for our team to win a championship next year and giving away 3/4, 2 or 3 pieces in a draft pick to get back. But I don't know, man. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like what I would think it would be with LeBron going into the season with Luka trying to win a championship. It feels a little more not that. So I don't know, man. We'll see. Last thing to mention, we'll have more time to talk about that as maybe we'll get some news about it in the next couple of days. Shags, I know you saw this. You excited about this? EA Sports bringing back college basketball, the video game.
A little bit of a tease, not going to come out till 2028 because they do got to build the thing from scratch. But no, I'm pumped about it. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to play with Hunter Dickinson and Perry Ellis, all my favorite long-term college players who will still be playing in 2028.
Hey, this is one of the actual benefits of NIL that I have zero problem with. Like them bringing back all the video games and stuff, like
100%.
Putting all the players' names out there, that's the coolest part of this, in my opinion. And the kids getting paid, obviously. But
I mean, I don't even remember that game on like the Xbox 360. I think that was like just the original Xbox. I think so. Yeah. I haven't had that one for a while. So
it's been a hot minute. And as a college fan, it is weird though. Why would you drop this news and it's not even coming out for 3 more years? Like that's the biggest blue ball of all time.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Pretty wild. Good marketing. Jeez. Great for them. They got what they wanted.
Yeah, you can pre-order it, fucking Sean Beasy, and then you'll be waiting 3 years. But yeah, go for it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there you go. See,
it's gonna be awesome.
There it is. It's gonna be dope. All right, boys, good stuff. Great show today, chat. Thanks for tuning in for your BETSPRESSO. We appreciate you guys. We will have a little bit of a parlay from me and myself dropping on the gram later today, a little 2-teamer. We're so due to hit one. We've gotten so close. We've either gone 1 for 2 or right there. But go follow us on the gram, betting.news. We post some more stuff over there as well, so you can follow us over there. Obviously, go follow Shaggy Bets on the socials. Go follow Vsauce. Go follow myself. Go follow all of us at Your Betting News on all other socials to get involved with all of our content. And go check out bettingnews.com for the free goodies every single day. Lads, anything else before we sign off?
Let's have a week. Have a Monday.
Happy Monday.
Let's hit a lay.
Yep. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Last day of June. Like I said, go out and enjoy the rest of the evening. And then July is upon us. We're going to do some fun stuff for July 4th later in the week. We will have 2 shows for you guys tomorrow with the pickoff, obviously, with Mr. Marcio, and we'll have the dub. And I will be talking with you guys in the morning on Talk Your Talk at 1 o'clock Eastern to talk everything about the NBA. Triple Dipper, baby. Everything from the NBA. You guys can come and join the show. So come and hang out with me tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, and then we'll have the pickoff and the dub tomorrow as well. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, thanks for hanging out right here on Twitch, on YouTube, or on X. We will catch you guys on the next one. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic Monday night, and we'll catch you tomorrow. See you later, chat. Take it easy. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Riding in the deep. Down in the deep. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. What you gonna do? What you gonna do now? Rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about